Okay, here we go.
Alright. Shabbat Shalom, Ms. Parker. We're about to go into part 2 of Two Nations in the Womb. Before we start though, we will start with Abba's prayer. And after that, we're going to do something a little different, man. We're going to give Yahweh the praise, man, for a miraculous work that he did this week. And give him all the esteem for what he done. Hallelujah. So, first we're going to do Abba's prayer. We can call Tail to do it. And we'll go from here. Face for Jerusalem.
Abinu, Sheba Bashamayim, It Karash Naha, Tovo Mehu Teha, Yese Lasona, Baret Ashana, Asha Bashamayim, Ten Lanu, Hayam Lukem Ogenu, Utashmanu, Atashmatenu, Yeuse Sukim Ananu, Asa Smulanu, Ua to be Lanu, De Asa, Gein Hastanenu, Inhara, Gilikan, Hamalaka, Atibura, Tibele, Leme Oni. Amen.
Our Father, who lives in the Shemayim, Kodesh is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in the Shemayim. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the esteem forever. In the name of our names, Yahuwah Yahushua. Amen. Jalen and Netanyahu, we want y'all to come up here. Coach Tracy, if you want to share it too, but we want y'all to come share the testimony of how awesome Yahweh is. I know we testify, we read about it in these books, we teach these lessons about it, but I just wanted to share about, you know, how he operates, man, and how he protects us in the midst of situations, man. So I just wanted y'all to share our testimony because we have to boast on our Creator, man. He the one that keeps us. He the one protects us, man. If we just reading from this book and then we leave it and ain't trying to walk it out and ain't trying to testify about it, we might well not even do it. So I just wanted y'all to share our testimony. Right, y'all.
This is my mom, Jalen, right here. I know she's kind of nervous. We're really not camera people, but she's nervous. But I'm not nervous because I rejoice in Yahuwah. A few days ago, well, a few months ago, my bot got into a car accident. She totaled her car, and she escaped with no injuries in that. A few days ago, last week, she had got into another car wreck. This time, she was in the car with a friend. A witness said that they seen the tire going back and forth while they were on the highway. It was going back and forth as if the tire was going to come off. So the tire did come off. They skid off the side of the road. They flipped over 15 times, that witnesses and a nurse behind them said. The car was totaled, crushed from each side. My bop, they was able to escape from the car out the back window of the car. She said it was as if it was in slow motion when this occurred. She said her head hit the top and the bottom of the car several times. Needless to say, greatly that Yahuwah Rapha, our protector, healed my bop as she was in that car and her friend. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And I believe even though her friend is not in the truth, just by her protection of her servant Yahuwah, she was able to be covered as well. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Y'all give me whole praise, man, because, man, that big war, man. I mean, you know, how long were you in the emergency room? You wasn't even that long. By the time we got there, they told y'all could go, man. That stuff is unheard of, man. To flip 15 times, what it was, 100 yards? Did the car flip? Come on, man. The size of a football field.
I don't walk away from that.
You don't walk away from nothing like that. But it's the protection of Yahuwah sending his Malakim or his angels to protect us. You know what I'm saying? To keep us, man. That's nothing light, man. Give him some praise in here, man, for that. We ain't boasting on ourselves. I mean, I ain't say I did nothing. Y'all should be giving praise to the Most High Yahuwah. Baruch atah Hashem Yahuwah. Melech ha'olam. Like what I mean. Huh? Blessed is the name of Yahuwah, King of the universe forever. We read about this, we talk about this, but this is real life recording right now.
That's Psalm 91 for real.
Ain't that something? Psalm 91 for real. And then to go in there and hear her laughing and joking in the emergency room, you know what I'm saying? That was amazing, man. 15 times? There's people who go out here right now and have one little side bump and die. They don't have that protection of the Most High. Man, that's awesome, man. I just wanted them to do a testimony and boast on the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's more than how much money you done received, and that's the biggest blessing right there. That's life. That's another chance to live for him. Hallelujah, man. So, y'all excuse me, man. I've been a little sick.
I just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead, Rob.
Let me get that microphone. Since you got me one time, man. I just want to say this to all the people out there. We always say that if someone were to die or pass away, that I wish I could hear their voice one more time.
Right.
I wish I could see their smile one more time. But in hindsight, Yahuwah reversed and redeemed that time.
Hallelujah.
So those times that could have happened, he redeemed the time so that we can rejoice of that time, that I can hear her voice.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He redeemed that time so I can rejoice with my daughter and see her smile. Some that came to the hospital with us, they seen her rejoice and talk and joke about when she was tumbling. That was a joyful moment. You know, that took the stress up off you to see her joke about that and to know that she was covered and Yahuwah had did that work. We should boast in his name daily for that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Go so far.
Man, that's blowing, man. Hallelujah. That is nothing light to me, man. You know what I'm saying? To get in there. And it ain't no JC prayers. It ain't none of that, man. It is believing and keeping the Torah of Yahweh. He said, if you keep my commandments, it shall be well with you. Right. Is that not a well with you right now?
Very well.
The doctors were floored, man. They couldn't even understand it. Man, that's Yahweh, man. Praises to him. Hallelujah, man. Because I'm telling you, we never know what's going on out there that can happen to us, man, if we don't stay covered in prayer and keeping his commandments and walking with him. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're more than covered by the blood. We have to be covered in obedience too.
Right. Yeah.
Man. I'm sorry, man. We just had to share that testimony, man, for people who watching, people who listening, who praying for the Kedoshim around the world, the believers around the world. That's part of Ephesians 6 too. Ephesians 6:18 says, in prayer and supplication for all believers. Not just you, not just your family, but for all believers, man. And Netanyahu, the one that got on the camera, man, he said before his feet touched the ground, he prayed for all believers. He prayed for all believers. So Yahweh was going to honor his prayer. Hallelujah. So now, we want to go to part 2 of Asher and Yaakov, the two nations in the moon. I want to touch on part 2 of this, man, because what we have to do is get an understanding, man. Torah to all those who watched the first video, all those who watched the part 1, man. We got a lot of views on that, which it really don't matter because it's still the truth. Even if we got one, I mean, watch it, it's still the truth. But I want to talk about the appearance of Asher.
You know, we went over that Esau is actually Ashu. Ashu means hairy. They've been saying that he's a white man, but I'm going to talk about the appearance. And I'm going to talk about the appearance of Noah. The reason why I'm going to the appearance of Noah, because if this book, and we know it is the same all the way through. There's always something addressed in this book that if that was the fact that Noah looked like Ashu looked like Neanderthals, the red-haired Neanderthals, the cavemen they talk about, if that was the truth, then this book would have said it. You know, what we got to be careful on too, after leaving Christianity, we still have to be careful not to add to and take away. Right. Because if we add things to it, what we're doing is trying to make it fit a doctrine that we want it to fit. Right. And right now, those who teach that Esau is the white man, they are making a doctrine to fit their hatred for that person, instead of it being a doctrine of wickedness versus righteousness. Right. Now it's a doctrine of fleshly races and people's skin color, and let me call this man what I want him to be, a peep-toed Neanderthal. You know what I'm saying? Now it becomes a name slanging and a name calling thing versus what Yahuwah was really trying to get to us of righteousness and wickedness struggling together on the earth. Right. So I want to touch on right now, let's go to Hanok or Enoch 105 and 1. Because I want to talk about the birth of Noah, because all of this lies into each other. Right. All of this goes together. See, the reason why you don't hear this when it comes up with Esau and Jacob, because those who spit and spew this hatred, they don't believe in the spiritual. They don't believe in anything of the Ruach. Hold on one second. We're getting excited, man. They don't believe in anything like the spiritual. So what we finna touch on now is the spiritual aspect of why Noah looked the way he looked. Because see, people don't even talk about the way Noah looked. So we're going to go into the spiritual aspect and the understanding of this book to tie in everything. Because all of this has to be tied in before you can get to that Esau shall be destroyed, utterly destroyed. What and who was Esau that he's talking about? Who is Ashu? Right. See, we always jump to this stuff and we never know what the scriptures actually truly say, because all we doing is following doctrines of elders and camps. We never following the truth for real. Or the internet. 105 and 1. This is Enoch 105 and 1. After a time, my son Methuselah took a woman for his son Lamar, and she became pregnant by him and brought forth a child. Listen to this. The flesh of which was white as snow. Whoa. Why didn't we hear that about Ashu?
We didn't hear it all, did we?
No. But see, watch this. When he comes out white, watch what happens and the reaction to his skin color of everybody. Right. His flesh was as white, that word is Laban, we talked about that, as snow, and red as a rose. The hair of whose head was white like wool and long, whose eyes were beautiful. And when he opened them, he illuminated all the house like the sun. The whole house abounded with light. And when he was taken from the hand of the midwife, Lamech, his father, became afraid of him. Wow. Huh. Afraid of him. Boy. Okay. And flying away, that means running super fast. Yeah. And flying away, came to his own father Methuselah and said, I have begotten a son unlike the others. Right. Now, why didn't Rivka and Yatsat do the same thing when they had one then?
They did it all. It was
See
no
that?
surprise.
There was no surprise. Because he looked like them.
There was no afraid.
Okay. Yeah. But all this is going to line up. Right. Unlike the others. He is not of men. See there?
Right.
So he was human.
Right.
Wow.
What did he resemble?
But resembling the offspring of the angels of heaven.
That's right.
is of a different creation, being altogether unlike to us. Huh? Now watch this. That means that they are dark-skinned people, because if he's white as a snow and red like a rose, why is he so scared when he's born?
Right.
Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. His eyes are as the rays of the sun. His countenance is glorious. He looks not as if he belonged to me, but to the angels. I am afraid lest something miraculous should take place on the earth in his days. Now, why is he afraid? His name is Yared. They say Jared, but the father's name is Yared. You know what that means? They descended. Because the Malachim, or the angels that was in the heavens, descended in his days to have sex with the daughters of men. He's thinking his son is one of them.
Yes, he is.
And then they hid.
You see there? And he's not the father.
And he's not the father.
You see what's happening? Now, why didn't Yatsasai respond the same way? Because I'm going to show you, if you look at Genesis 6, it said that this happened in the days during the flood and afterwards, where there are giants on the land. That's why when people, they ignore that scripture, that's why they be blown in their mind and be wondering where Goliath come from.
Right.
Yeah.
If all the Nephilim giants and the seed of the serpent was wiped off, why do we have Goliath and his brothers with 6 fingers and 6 toes?
Right.
Why do we have all these other giants? Because you're not looking at what was said. Man, come on. We finna get in here. I just want y'all to see this. I am afraid that something miraculous should take place on the earth in his days. And now, my father, this is 6, let me entreat and request to you to go to our progenitor Hanak, our ancestor, Hanak, and learn from him the truth. Our progenitor, that means kinfolk. I want you to look at that too. And learn from him the truth. For his residence is with the angels. He was living amongst the fallen that had came down. Righteous in the midst of the wicked. See there? Because watch this. He was so, his name means dedicated. When everybody doing Hanukkah right now, it means the feast of the dedication. Hanak is where you get that term from. Hanukkah is the feast of the dedication, because Hanak means dedicated one. Watch this. Now, he was so dedicated that the fallen angels decided to use this righteous man to make intercession
Mediation.
for they fall to try to get back into heaven. You're going to live with us. Huh? As wicked as we are, we know we need a righteous man to pray for us, because he does not hear a criminal's prayer. Boy, we finna really get into something. He does not hear a criminal's prayer. So we know that in order to keep our phone tapped to the kingdom, we gotta have this man in the midst of us. Man, bro, come on, man. That's in there too. We go on that, but I want you to see this. When Methuselah heard the words of his son, he came to me from this is Hanak talking. He came to me at the extremities of the earth, or the ends of the earth. The earth has ends. We'll leave it there. And it's ice walls, because they said when they went to look for him, they couldn't find him because they thought he may have been behind the ice walls. Flat earth and stuff. You ain't ready for that because you don't believe this book in the first place. Oh boy, let's go. Extremities of the earth. For he had been informed that I was there. See, he found out that he was there at the ends of the earth. And he cried out, and I heard his voice, and went to him, saying, Behold, I am here, my son, since you have come to me. He answered and said, On account of a great event have I come to you. A great event. Something different than ever happened before. Man, come on. And on account of a sight difficult. It's difficult. Your son looked like a fallen. Huh? Have I approached you, and now my father, hear me. For to my son Lamech has a child been born, who resembles not him, whose nature is not like the nature of man. His color is whiter than snow. And he is, watch this, redder than a rose. Now, why didn't it describe Esau like this? Never did. Watch this. And the hair on his head is whiter than white wool. His eyes are like the rays of the sun. And when he opened them, he illuminated the whole house. When he was taken from the hand of the midwife, his father Lamech feared and fled to me. If y'all know, these stories always get repeated by mouths. The exact same way we read. It was oral back then. And fled to me, believing not that he belonged to him, but that he resembled the angels of heaven. And behold, I am come to you, that you might point out to me the truth. Then Ahanab answered and said, Yahweh will effect a new thing. Boy, do you see this upon the earth. This have I explained and seen in a vision. He already knew what was going on. I have shown you that in the generations of Yerad, my father, those who were from the heavens disregarded the word of Yahweh. See, they descended at the time of Yahweh. Right. Behold, they committed crimes, laid aside their class, and intermingled with women. Now, what did Yahusha say? As in the days of who? Huh? Did he say what specific time of day? No, it was in his lifespan. Right. As in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Adam returns. You have women right now bragging about sleeping with spirits. Am I making it up? Why is all this vital? Man, pay attention to this. They married with them and begot children. They also transgressed, married with them and begot children who are not like spiritual beings, but are creatures of flesh. They weren't just spiritual like the angel was. They had a fleshly countenance to them. Man, come on. A great destruction, therefore, shall come upon all the earth. A deluge, that means a flood. A great destruction shall take place in 1 year. This child was born to your son, shall survive on the earth. Now, God who has a problem with the white man, why does Noah look like this and will be saved? See, it ain't a color thing. You get what I'm saying? It's a purpose for this. And 3 sons shall be saved with him. When all mankind who are on the earth shall die, he shall be safe. Now pay attention to this. And his posterity, that means his seed, pay attention, shall begot on the earth giants. Wait a second. There were already giants in the land when Noah was born. Think about that. So now it's saying that his offspring too shall beget giants. Boy, not spiritual, but carnal. Upon the earth shall a great punishment be afflicted. It shall be washed from all corruption. Now therefore inform your son Lamech that he who is born is his truth, his child. And he shall call his name Noach, that means rest. For he shall be to you a survivor. He and his children shall be saved from the corruption which shall take place in the world, from all the crime and all the iniquity which shall be consummated on earth in his days. Afterwards, listen to this, shall greater impiety, that means unrighteousness, take place than that which had been before consummated on the earth. For I am acquainted with the Kadesh mysteries, which Yahweh himself has discovered and explained to me, and which I have read in the tablets of the Shemayim. Wow. You can't get away from the law. It is written on tablets in the Shemayim. Wow. Let's just go right there. So it's not handwriting ordinances. In them I saw it written, a generation after generation shall transgress. See, he's seeing the reason why Noah is this color. Huh? He is seeing the reason why he is a beacon for this, so you can go talk to Hanak and bring him back, because you are finna see a seed come up on the earth worse than the seed you've already seen. Man, come on. Man. And that generation after generation, this 17, shall transgress until a righteous race. What's the race? Did it say a color?
No, it said righteous.
A righteous race.
I'm going to say that again.
A righteous race.
One more time.
A righteous race.
No, start at 17.
In them I saw it written, That generation after generation shall transgress until a righteous race shall arise. Until transgression and crime perish from off the earth. Until all goodness come upon it. And now, my son, go tell your son, Lamech, that the child which is born is his child in truth, and there is no deception. When Methuselah heard the word of his father Enoch, who had shown him every secret thing, he returned with understanding. Boy, and called the name of that child Noah, because he was to console the earth on account of its destruction. Another book which Enoch wrote for his son Methuselah, for those who should come after him, to guard their purity of conduct. Didn't we say in the first teaching that it's all about the manner of a man, his actions? To guard the manner of his conduct, purity of his manner. Let's go. In the latter days, you who have labored shall wait to those days until the evil doers, you see that, be consumed, and the power of the guilty be annihilated. Wait until crime passes away, for their names shall be blotted out of the Kadesh books. Is that Revelation 20 or not? And their seed shall be destroyed, and their ruach, their spirit slain. They shall cry out and lament in the invisible waste, and in the bottomless fire. I thought Hebrews said that there's no pit. I thought we learned that you just go to sleep and die, Jehovah's Witnesses. There's a lake of fire, a bottomless pit. That's Revelation 21 and 8. This right here, throughout this whole book, shall they burn. There I perceived that it were a cloud which could not be seen through. From the depth of it was unable to look upwards. I beheld also a flame of fire, blazing brightly, as it were glittering mountains, whirled around and agitated from side to side. Y'all can finish that, but for the sake of my point, we're going to move on for a second. And I'm supposed to start 20. I just wanted to see that there is a punishment for the wicked. You cannot get out of it. We do not call it Hell because that's the Norse deity of the underworld. We don't name the mighty ones. That's the book. So we call it the pit. Tophel, Gehinnom. It is still the same place. Shaul. That's the place. But it is not called Hell. It's not a. That's the reason why people say Hell is not real, because those who know the Norse mythology know that Hell is the deity of the underworld. They know it's fabricated in Norse mythology. But the truth of it is, there is a lake of fire. Go ahead, Doc.
Now, in this, you see Enoch gave a prophecy of future time, of generations to come. He was dealing with a righteous race. He was dealing with how those who will be punished for committing crime. Now, he's talking about future in this aspect. Now, not one time did he say anything about it's going to be a destruction of the white man.
See there? A righteous race.
He didn't say nothing about the destruction of a white man, the destruction of Esau. No, he's about a specific race.
Or a black man.
Or a black man.
Come on.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Just want to put that in there. And during Noah's time, if you want to go into Noah's time, when they was preaching righteousness for 120 years, not one time did they say Esau in the last day going to be destroyed, white man going to be destroyed, he going to be our slave. He was always dealing with righteousness and wickedness.
That's right.
From the beginning.
That's right.
Okay. Let's clear that up.
So, based on that right there, you knew that in future times there were more offspring of the fallen to come forth because of what? Because of the wickedness of the hearts of men.
Right. The wickedness in these days were what color?
Black.
Huh?
They were black.
What color was wiped out?
Negroes.
Oh, okay. Right.
See, you got to be careful on color.
Right.
Man, we finna talk about this is spiritual. This is spiritual versus fleshly. This is wickedness versus righteousness. Go to Deuteronomy or Devarim 2. You finna get an understanding of what Marshall was doing. Because atheists and people who do not believe the book actually think that the Most High had commanded Moses to kill off humans. But what he's killing off is the seed of the fallen.
Right.
You don't have no understanding.
That's a great point.
Man, we finna talk about this. You don't have no understanding of this book because you are thinking of fleshly things.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm finna show you what he says about Esau.
Yeah.
And boy, let's go. I ain't finna that. Giving all these previews. I'm finna read it.
Two-step, young.
Yeah.
Two-step. 2 and 1. Double read Deuteronomy 2 and 1. Now this is Marsha talking. Yeah. Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as Yahweh had spoken unto me. This is Marsha talking. Mm-hmm. And we compassed at Mount Seir. We talked about that before. Mount Seir is the mountain of devils. Right. Yep. That's what Seir is. That's where you get satire from now. The half goat, half man satires came from the word, Aubrey word, Seir. See there? Hairy devils. Now watch this. If Esau is a hairy devil, it should say it right here, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to put that out there. And Yahuwah spoken unto me, saying, Ye have compassed out this mountain long enough. Turn you northwards and command out the people, saying, You are to pass through the coast of your who? Brethren. Of your what? Enemy? Brethren. No, of your who? Slave. Of your what? Of the white man? No, of your brethren. You are passing the coast of your brethren, the children of your Ashu or Esau.
Hairy devil.
See there? Hairy devil. That old red-haired, pink-toed Neanderthal. Man, come on, man. You teaching something that ain't even a book. Of your brethren. Come on, man. The children of Ashu, which dwell in Seir. They shall be afraid of you. Take you good heed to yourselves, therefore. Listen to this. Don't mess with them. Meddle not with them. Why? If they so wicked and evil, he's sending them to wipe out a species of people. Right. A race of giants, bloodlines of the fallen. He tells you, don't mess with them. Right. Come on, we're going to keep reading. So you'll see I ain't making this up. For I will not give you their land. Not so much as a foot breadth. Because I have given Mount Seir unto Ashu for a possession. This is Yahweh talking to Moses. Right. Okay? Watch this. You shall buy meat of them for money. Yep. You may eat it. He's telling you to interact and do business with these people. How are they wicked? Huh? How is this people the ones that's going, if they devils, like you say the white man is the devil, why is he telling you to do business with your brother? That's the reason why you see other scriptures say, don't despise the Edomite, for he is your brother. Right. Y'all teaching hate, man. We finna stop all that hate teaching. Now, if you leave after this teaching and still want to hate, this on you because you're going against the word of Yahweh. Once again, I didn't make this up. I'm just reading. You shall buy meat of them for money. You may eat. You shall also buy water from them for money, that you may drink. For Yahweh Alahekah has blessed you in all the works of your hand. And he knows you're walking through in this great wilderness. These 40 years, Yahweh Alahekah has been with you, and you have lacked nothing. And when we pass by from our brethren, it's Marsha talking again. He calls them brothers again. The children of Ashu, which dwelt in Seir through the way of the plain of Elah, from Esagabar, we turned and passed by the way of the wilderness into Moab. Now let's see what we find out about Moab. Yahuwah said unto me, distress not the Moabite. I thought the Moabite was a wicked Asian man. Ain't that what they teach it? Yeah. They teach that Asians are Moab and they are wicked. The reason why Yahweh did not want them to intermingle sexually with Moab, because they were children of incest by Lot. You can read that in Genesis or Bereshit 19 and 20. They were intermingled. Moab means of the father. Ammon is the other children of the father. See there? So Moab and Ammon were incestuous children that you could not mingle their seed with. See there? He didn't call them unhuman. They are people who need salvation too. Let's keep going. I'm finna show you. Man, we finna talk about this. And Yahuwah said unto me, do not distress, this is 9, the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle. Don't even fight with them. Boy. We finna see who really righteous and who really wicked. For I will not give you their land for a possession, because I have given Ar to the children of Lot. Didn't I just tell you they were his children? For a possession. Now watch this. How in the world is that Asian man Moab?
No, man.
This is not even nowhere near Asian. Man, you gotta stop teaching foolishness. Because that's why you got a 12 tribe chart of all people who are all the same bloodline. If you got Jamaican and Haitians on the same thing, that's just a boat drop away. How are they different camps? Man, people, oh my goodness. Let's go. You are retarded. Retarded.
Oh, wow.
I made that up. The Emim, listen to this. The Emim, this is 2 and 10, dwelt therein in times past a great people, and many and tall. See, these are giants. As the Anakim, which also were accounted Raphaim. See, these are the fallen's children. Pay attention. Boy, it's going to get crazy. As the Anakim, but the Moabites called them Emim. See there? The Horim also dwelt in Seir before time. But the children of Ashu succeeded them. They had destroyed them before them and dwelt in their stead. See, Yahweh had gave the fallen to humans. He was allowing them to overcome the spirit of Ashatan in his children. Because it was told to them by Hanak that your children, you will not see them keep the lands. I will kill off all your seed. He was talking to the fallen angels. He was saying, you will not enjoy your children. For that when they die, they will become evil spirits. That's where demons come from. That's where devils come from. When you call a man a devil and say that he's the reason for the evil on the earth, you do not believe in the spiritual applications of this book. Man, let's keep going. So let's go. And as Yasharal did in the land of his possession, when Yahuwah gave it unto them. See that? Now, rise up, as I said, get you over the brook of Zarad. And we went over the brook of Zarad. In a space we came from Kadesh Barnea. And we came and until we would come over the brook of Zarad, which was 38 years, until all the generation of the men of war were wasted out from among the hosts, as Yahuwah swore unto them. For indeed the hand of Yahuwah was against them, to destroy them from among the hosts until they were consumed. Who is he consuming and killing? The fallen children. You notice he told you not to touch Esau, Moab, or the rest of them. He gave specific instructions of who not to touch. Why is he wiping out other people then? He is wiping out the fallen children. We're going to keep going. So it came to pass when all the men of war were consumed and dead among the people, that Yahweh spoke unto me, saying, you are to pass over Ar, that's Lot's land, at the coast of Moab this day. And when you have come nigh against the children of Ammon, see, that's Lot's other children, Moab and Ammon. He had 2 daughters. The first daughter who slept with him, her children were named Moab. The second daughter who slept with Lot, got him drunk and slept with him, their children were Ammon. Watch what he says. When you come over to the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them. For I will not give you the land of the children of Ammon, any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. That also were accounted the land of the Raphaim. See, these are fallen. Raphaim dwelt therein in old times, and the Ammonites called them Zuzamim. Look up a Zuzamim, you will find out that they are giants and fallen. So what Yahuwah is doing, because they are the children of righteous Lot, I give them a power and authority to tread on scorpions and snakes and all powers of the enemy. Ain't this book in nothing shall by any means hurt you. So they get the power because they are of the promise too. Am I making this up? They came from righteous seed. So because you did, you can have the land for possession, but if you do not walk in righteousness, you won't get the land to come, which is coming from the Shemayim. Yes, ma'am.
So if you talk the church, 12 tribes the only one that got land.
Say what now?
If you talk the church, 12 tribes the only one.
Right.
So everybody trying to get around why Palestinians are so bad.
See there? They teaching it wrong. Watch this. When he sent Ishmael out, he said, you shall have 12 princes in you, and I will give them inheritances. When they were sent out, Keturah's children, they got land and possessions to go out. That's why Palestine is mad. Because you got to understand. Watch this. Palestinians are the Philistines. See there? And see, when you understand that lands are given to them for possessions, you will not understand the fact that what you see is now the possession that's given to us is a spiritual promise. Right. It says Abraham walked with looking for a land made without hands. That's Hebrews 11. What land is not made without hands? It's one promise from Yahuwah to come down. It's called New Jerusalem. Hallelujah. See, when you get to arguing all this, you might be fighting with somebody over some land that ain't even yours in the first place.
Right.
Because we're going to talk about the Palestinians being Philistine later. And we're going to see if that's their land for real too. Got all of it in the book. So what we're looking at, we are looking at him giving the children of promise. Why? Because Lot is what? Abram's nephew. See there? And he was righteous with Lot. And Abraham. Abraham said, it is not like you to destroy the righteous with the wicked. Meaning Lot was righteous. Guess what I'm saying? Esau had an inheritance and a birthright. He just decided to give it up. You get what I'm saying? But because he was of Yahtzak, because he was of the son of the promise, you still getting an inheritance of land because you still are the son of the promise. Right. Man, come on. Let's go. But watch this. I never promised the fallen's children anything on this earth. Okay. They came and took it. They desired something that you already had. You had the Shemayim. You could go through the Shemayim. They were eternal. Right. So what you did was you tried to cause an invasion from heaven to earth and make your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Yeah. So I'm not going to let you be like me. I'm going to utterly wipe you out. Mm-hmm. We're going to keep reading. It's right here. Zuzimim 2:21. A people great, many and tall as the Anakim, but Yahweh destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead, as he did to the children of Ashu, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horim. These are fallen children from before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in the stead of them to this day. And the Abim, which were in Hatzarim, even unto Gaza, and Keturim, which came forth out of Ketur, destroyed them and dwelt in their stead. Rise you up, take you a journey, and pass out the river Arnon. But before I am given into you the hand of Gahum, the Emery, king of Heshbon, and his land. Do you notice that the Emerim are who? The giants. Listen to this. King of Heshbon, and in his land, began to possess it and contend with him in battle. This day I will begin to put the dread of you and fear upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of you and shall tremble and be in anguish because of you. I sent messengers out of the wilderness at Cardemoth and of Kahom, king of Heshbon, the words of peace, saying, let me pass through your land. See, he's already sent words and messengers of peace to those who are humans. Right. We're going to keep reading. You're going to see. Let me pass through your land. I will go along the highway. I will neither turn to the right hand or to the left. You shall sell for me meat. See, they interacting with the humans, but he's telling them to utterly wipe away the fallen. And I will eat and give me water for money, and I may drink. Only will I pass through on my feet, as the children of Ashu, which dwelt in Seir, and the Moabites, which dwelt in Ar, did unto me. I shall pass over at the Jordan unto the land which Yahuwah Elohenu gives us. But Gahum, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him. See, they sent him a peace treaty first. Follow peace with all men. Follow peace as much as lies within you. That's bull. For Yahuwah Eloheka hardened at his ruach, and made his heart obstinate, that he may deliver them into his hand, as it appears this day. And Yahuwah said unto me, behold, I have begun to give at Kahum and at his land before you. Begin to possess, that you may inherit his land. And Kahum came out against us and all his people to fight at Yahatz. And Yahuwah Elohenu delivered him before us, and we smote him, and his sons and all his people. And we took out his cities at that time and utterly destroyed the men and the women and the little ones and out every city, and none left to remain. Why did he do that? Because they went against them. They had already sent a letter of peace, right? The only reason why they got punished was because they bucked against Yahuwah's will for them to pass through. All right, come on, we keep going. And only the cattle we took for prey unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities we took for Ar, and those who were the brink of the river of Arnon, and the city of the river unto Gilead, which not one city are too strong for us. Yahuwah Eloheinu delivered all unto us. Only unto the land of the children of Ammon you came not. See? Nor unto any place of the river Yabok, nor unto the cities in the mountains, or unto whatsoever Yahuwah Eloheinu forbade us. Now look at 3 and 1. We still read. Then we turned and went by the way to Bashan. Listen to this. And Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. For Yahuwah said unto him, fear him not. Right. Why does he tell him not to be scared? He is a giant. He is an Nephilim. He is not fully human. I'm going to show you. Yeah. For I will deliver him and all his people and his land unto your hand. And you shall do unto him as you did Cahon, the king of the Amorim, which was at Heshbon. So Yahuwah Eloheinu delivered into our hands Og, the king of Bashan, and all his people. We smote him until none was left to him of him remaining. We took out all his cities at the time, and there was not a city which we took not from them. 70 cities, all which we took from them, all in the region of Argob, the kingdom of Og in Bashan. All these cities were fenced with high walls, gates, bars, high walls, super high walls, gates, bars, beside unwalled towns, gates, bars, beside unwalled towns of many greats. 6. We utterly destroyed them as we did Cahon, the king of Heshbon, utterly destroying the men, the women, and the children of every city. But of all the cattle and the spoil of the cities we took for prey for ourselves. And we took it at a time out of the hand of the 2 kings of the Emorine in a land that was on this side of the Jordan, from the river of Arnon unto Mount Hermon. Now where is Mount Hermon? Ain't that the place where the fallen made the deal to come down in the first place? See there? Felipe Caesarea. Philip, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
According to what I just understood, I thought Heshbesh, I heard you say his name was the king of them, meaning the king of the giants. From what I just understood on 24. Because you said he was a regular person. So from what I just understood in 24, he was a giant.
No, I said the Emim were giants. I said that earlier.
I understand that, but the reason why you will harden his heart so that the people wouldn't come through the land, so they would tell them no, so that they would have a fight to pick them because they were giants.
I appreciate that. Right. I might not have said that right, but the Emorim were the Emim. It's the same people. And so, yes, they were giants. So these are all giants. From this place to Mount Hermon, this is where all the giants live, on Mount Seir. I appreciate that. Let me clarify. So all the giants live on the mountain of devils, which is unto Mount Hermon where they made the pact. So you notice that he is not telling them to kill off humans. Esau's children, Lot's children, and all those, Moab and Ammon, which are Lot's children. He's telling you to make deals with them, eat their meat, make bargains with them, don't touch, don't meddle. But all the rest of them he is utterly destroying are children of the fallen. Appreciate that. Sorry, I might have went too fast because I get excited. Two-step, I'm sorry. Thank you, Steph. Total. And from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon, watch this, which Mount Hermon the Sidonians call Shirum, the Emorine call Shinir. So watch this. If you look up them places right now, one of those places, I forgot which one, is called the snow-covered mountain. It sits over right now when you Google that name. Look at it in the King James and Google it. It'll come right up. Mount Hermon is where the fallen, if you read the book of Enoch, is where the fallen made the pact to come down and sleep with the daughters of men. Is that not right? So watch this. Why would you remove the book of Enoch and it talks about what Mount Hermon is if it's not supposed to be here in the text? Mount Hermon is where they made this deal. Unto all the plains, all Gilead, all Bashan, all Salca, and Edria, the cities of the kingdoms of Og and Bashan. I'm going here for a reason. Only Og and Bashan remained the remnant of the Raphaim. See, he was a fallen. Behold, his bedstead was the bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbah of the children of Ammon? That's a book, by the way. 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. That's how big this man was. You see this? And this land was possessed at the time was Ar, the great river of Arnon, and Mount Gilead. The cities thereof I gave unto the Reubenites, and unto the Gadites, and to the rest of Gilead, and all of Bashan, being the kingdom of Og. Pay attention to this. Unto the half tribe of Manasseh. Just like he wiped out the other fallen and gave it to Esau and the Moabites, he's doing the exact same thing for Marsh and them, since they come. You get that? Esau is the firstborn. Right. Here comes Yaakov behind it. See that? So watch this. So he gave it to Manasseh and Argob with all Bashan, and which was called the land of the Raphaim. And Yair, the son of Manasseh, took out all the country of Argob and the coast of Geshuri and Malkathi, and called after his own name, Bashan Habat Yair, unto this day. And I gave Gilad to Machir, and unto the Reubenites and unto the Gadites I gave Gilad, unto the river Arnon, half the valley, and the border unto the river Yabor, which is the border of the children of Ammon, and the plain also of the Jordan, and the coast thereof, and the Kinnereth, also unto the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, unto Ashdod, Hotpegah, eastward. Now I'm going to stop. I read all that for this reason. You see that Yahweh makes a distinction against humans versus spiritual enemies that have produced fleshly children. You see that? I read all that. I know it was a lie. I'm sorry. But I read all that for you to understand that Ashu or Esau is not a devil. He may be a deceiver, which that word devil can translate to, but he is not the physical Hashatan that you are portraying him to be. He is a human like us. Now, I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to go there in a second. But I want you to go to Psalms 22. This is about the execution of Mashiach, Yahusha. I'm showing you this reason. Go to Tehillim or Psalms 22. I'm going to show you that even in this, there was a spiritual thing going on. If you don't see it like that, you're going to always think that that Esau is the seed of the fallen. But when I talk about the seed of the fallen, that's the RH negative we talk about. The RH negative, look that up. These people who don't have, I'm trying to say it right, who are RH positive. Is that right? They are the seed of the fallen, not Esau. But I'm going to show you where that comes from. There are still fallen angels making children on the earth this day. Are we clear of that? As in the days of Noah. Now I'm going to show you something. This is Psalms 22. Man, I'm going to show you that this is a prophecy of Yahusha. When we get into this. Psalms 22 and 1. This is what it sounds like in the Hebrew. Ali, Lama Ansfantani. That means my Elohim, why have you forsaken me? That's what they heard. And they could not understand. Why are you so far from helping me? The words of my ruin, oh my Elohim, I cry in the daytime, but you hear not. The night season, but I am not silent. But you are Kadesh. Oh, you that inherits the praises of Yasharal. Not my people, Christians. He inherits the praise of his people. Only Yasharal is his people. Hallelujah. Let's make that clear. It's right there in the text. Our fathers trusted in you. They trusted and you did deliver them. They cried unto you and you were delivered. They trusted in you and you were not confounded. And were not confounded. This is Yahusha. This is a prophecy of him through Dawood or Melech Dawood, King David. But I am a worm and no man, a reproach of men, despised of the people. They all see me and laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lip. They shake their head. He trusted on Allah Yahuwah that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him. Did you not hear that when he was executed? Seeing he delighted in him. But you are he that took me out of the womb. You didn't make me hope when I was on my mother's breast. I was cast upon you from the womb. You are my all from my mother's belly. Watch this. Be not far from me, for trouble is near. There is none to help. Many bulls, pay attention to this, have compassed me. Strong bulls of Bashan beset me round about. We just read about Og of Bashan being wiped out. But I told you in the book of Hanok that when giants die, they become evil spirits. Right. He is telling you that Og of Bashan's offspring is going to surround the Mashiach right there at his execution. But I'm going to show you. The reason why I'm reading you is a distinction between the fallen and humans all the time. Watch this. Right. They gaped upon me with their mouths. As ravening and roaring lion, I am poured out like water. All my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels. My strength is dried up like a potsherd. My tongue cleaves to my jaws. And you have brought me to the dust of death. Now watch this. For dogs have compassed me. That's the Romans. That's right. See there? Those are the ones. Watch what it says. As the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. You notice how I made a distinction from the bulls of Bashan, which are demons, and then dogs who are humans. Dog means impure. There you go. That's what a dog is. We talked about when the dog yelped, not the cock crowed in the Aubrey. The dog yelped was Judas, or who they call Yehuda. He was an impure dog. And that's what he called him. It is not meat to give the children's food to the dogs. That's what he told the woman. She said, but even the dogs eat the crumbs from the master's table. Why? And people are like, oh, he called her the word. No, he didn't. He just told her that she was wicked as a human. She was a dog. That's why you see in Revelations, I believe 22, that the dogs are outside the Shemayim, or outside when the kingdom comes down. Dogs, sorcerers, and those that practice a lie. Dogs in every place is a human being. I'm showing you this for a reason. They pierce my hands and my feet. I may count all my bones. They look on me and stare. Look at this. They part my garments among them and cast lots from my vesture. See, the Romans did that. They are considered dogs. They are not bulls. So bulls of Bashan are the folk that we just read about that were killed off in Bereshit. In Deuteronomy or Deuteronomy 3. Right. You get what I'm saying? So the reason why I gave you this, so now you're finna understand that Romans are dogs. They are not bulls. Let's go to Jasher 9. Oh, I did all this to get here. I took my time. Y'all better watch this and listen. I did all this to get to just this meat right here. Woo! Boy, that was a journey. Without Yahweh for the Ruach, man. I did all this to get to this. So you will understand that Esau is not a devil in the sense of a spiritual being. He is not Satan's son. He is not Satan's seed. He is a seed of Yaakov that went, seed of Yitzhak or Isaac that went astray. He is a wicked dog, but he is not a spiritual being. So when we go into talk about later on the king of Tyre versus the prince of Tyrus, which is Esau is the prince version, it is not a spiritual being. The king of Tyre is Hashatan. You get what I'm saying? Don't make him a man. It's clear there. But the prince is a man. You get what I'm saying? Don't add to the text and make it something that is not. I'm going to show you how Esau came. Rome is Kittim. We're going to go there. Before I go there, let me read Jasher 10. I'm going to read Jasher 10:16 right quick. And I want y'all to see this. This is Jasher and Jasher 10:16. And the children of Kittim are the Romans. who dwell in the valley of Cappadocia by the river Tiberu. So we see that Kittim is wrong. Daniel says, when he makes that statue that Nebuchadnezzar erected, that the last kingdom on earth, the fourth kingdom on earth, would be Kittim. Kittim is wrong. That's why you see the Pope now operating the way they are operating. The fourth reign is wrong. Let's go to now. We can go to Genesis 9. Woo.
2 steps.
I'm trying to, bro. But see, people don't have this understanding, so they see one scripture, then they pervert that scripture, and then they throw all these doctrines out there. You got Neanderthals being shown. You got the guy called Caveman being shown as Esau. Come on, man. This merger, this mixing didn't even happen till afterwards. It didn't happen when he was born. Come on. Let's go. That's your 90. 91. At the time of the 5th year, after the children of Yasharal had passed over Jordan, talk about that. After the children of Yasharal had rested from their war from the Canaanite, at that time, great and severe battles between Edom and the children of Kittim. That's Ashur and Rome. That's Esau and Rome. Let's make that clear. And the children of Kittim fought against Edom. And Abanius, the king of Rome, I'm going to keep saying Rome where you see Kittim in. The king of Rome went forth in that year. And in the 31st year of the reign, in great force with him and mighty men of the children of Rome, they went to Seir. See, we just talked about that in Deuteronomy 2. That's Esau's land. They went to Seir to fight against the children of Ashur. And Hadad, the king of Edom, or Edom, heard this report and went forth to meet him with heavy people and strong force and engaged in battle with him in the field of Edom. And in the hand of Kittim prevailed over the children of Esau, and of Rome. And the children of Rome slew the children of Esau, 22,000 men, and all the children of Esau fled before them. And the children of Rome pursued them until they reached Hadad, the king of Edom, who was running before them, and was caught him alive and brought him to Abanius, king of Rome. And Abanius ordered him to be slain. And Hadad, the king of Edom, died in the 48th year of his reign. Listen, and the children of Rome continued their pursuit of Edom. Now who really is the problem? See? And boy. And they smote him with a great slaughter. And Edom became subject to the children of Rome. And the children of Rome ruled over Edom. And Edom became under the hand of the children of Rome. And they became one kingdom from that day. Do y'all see that? They became one kingdom. Though Edom, I'm finna keep reading, though Edom and Rome are one kingdom. Now when you see Rome, you can say that's Esau. They even know that, Edomia. But that's not all white men.
It's not everybody.
See there? No. You making up something when you do that. Right. Rome is this. I'm finna go into this for a reason. And they, from that time, could no longer lift up their heads. And the kingdom that became one, their kingdom became one with the children of Rome. And Abanius placed officers in Edom, and all the children of Edom became subject and tributary to Abanius, and Abanius took back his own land, Kittim. And when they returned, he renewed his government and built for himself a spacious and fortified palace. You see that? For a royal residence, and reigned securely over the children of Kittim over Edom. Y'all see that? And then I'll read, in those days the children of Yasharal had driven away the Canaanim and the Emorim. Yahusha, that's not the Mashiach, that is Joshua, was old and advanced in years. So watch this. That didn't even happen in Masha's time. That happened in Yahusha, the son of Nun's time. So if that's the case, Esau could not possibly have came out looking like a white man. I'm showing you this for a point. So if you will look at Numbers And I'm going to hit this and I'm done. If you look at Numbers, let's go to bar of Numbers. I believe it's 24. I'm going to show you something. Because this is why this is vital for the Mashiach. Esau and Rome overtook Esau. That's the reason why he's Rome. He wasn't originally a white man. He was overthrown by Rome. Man, bro. I mean, come on, bro. It's got to make sense. It's got to be book. You can't force nothing. If it's book, it's there. Let me see if I can find this right here. Let's go to Numbers 24:17. Wait. 15. Now, y'all heard of Balaam, the prophet, right? And Balak, and he was commanded to curse the children of Yasharal. Now, it speaks of a star. Not the Star of David, which is the star of Remphan and Kion, a demon star. You will never see us rocking the Star of David because Dawood did not have a star. The only star that is referenced when it's called the money is the Star of Remphan and Kion. Anybody watching? Show me book that you got that David had a star and Solomon had a star. He probably got it when he dealt with them witches and got married to them. There we go. Put it out there. Now, when you hear about this star, this is the star that I'm going to read to you that the wise men knew about because Daniel showed it to them. Let's go. 24:15. And he took up this parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, has said, the man whose eyes are open has said, the Ruach had hit him while he's trying to curse Yasharal. You can read the whole story. I think it starts in 23. When he tries to curse Yasharal, the Ruach hits him and he bursts out a blessing. God, and he said, which is heard of the words of Allah, Allahua. This is what they say, Allah. He knew the knowledge of Al-Alyan, which saw the vision of Al-Shaddai. Pay attention to this. Falling into a trance and having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. He talking about Mashiach. Right. I shall behold him, but not near. There shall come a star out of Yaakov. Where do we get a Star of David from? Where the Star of Yaakov at? All right. I'm waiting on you. A scepter shall rise out of Yasharal. Remember, the scepter was never to be removed from Yehuda or Judah's hand. That's Bereshit 49. See there? A scepter shall rise out of Yasharal and smite the corners of Moab. Look at this. And destroy the children of Heth, of Sheth, of Shaph. And Edom, or Edom, Esau, shall become a possession. Boy. Seir shall also be a possession for his enemies. And Yasharal shall do valiantly. And out of Yaakov shall come he that have dominion. Hallelujah. And shall destroy him that remains of the city. Why did I read that to you? Boy, y'all want a Christmas story? Listen to this. When the wise men, the Magi, came and they said, we have seen a star in the east and have come to worship him, Herod became scared. Herod was the king of Rome. He became scared and he sent for the scribes to read to him out of the book. And when they read it, it said that him and all of Yehuda became afraid. Why? Because Herod was an Edomite, a Roman king. Boy, that's why you know that Esau, boy. When they heard the star in the east, they knew it wasn't just a star. That it was the Mashiach coming to set his kingdom up on earth. Boy. But what they didn't know before he did that, it had to be a spiritual return of repentance before it happened. Now, I just gave you Numbers 24. Daniel taught the wise men. They came from Babylon. They would have known this scripture. Hallelujah. So the star that they seen wasn't just a star. It was him. Boy. Y'all done heard the Christmas story 100 million times, but they will never touch the Old Testament to tell you why they knew the star. Listen, how in the world you can say that you don't know when the Messiah was born, and they could find them in their time 2,000 years ago? Right. You hear this? So he had taught them that when this star comes, it shall crush or take for possession Edom, Moab, and everything. Not utterly destroy them, but to bring in every kingdom subject unto himself. Right. That's Psalms 2. Huh? Why does the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing. The kings of the earth have tried to cut their cords off from him. Said, we have rejected Yahuwah and his Mashiach. This is not just average stuff we're talking about. This is prophecy. It's spiritual. It's real. So when King Herod heard it, his heart dropped, and what did he do? Kill all the children 2 and under. Because he knew it was time for him to be there. That was at Sukkot, by the way. It was not at Christmas, you pagans. We done kept the Feast of Sukkot, which is October 2nd through the 10th. Shameless plug. Hallelujah. On your pagan calendar. Yeah. It is in the 7th month of Yahuwah. They knew when it would be. They could find him. You telling me we got GPS, navigational system and all that, and they could find him by a star, and you gonna tell me you don't know when he was born, so we gonna celebrate his day on the 25th? You pagan, which is Nimrod's day, Mithra, and all the rest of them. You have been lied to. This prophecy right here, I just read it to you in Numbers 24, 15 to 19. You can read it. Huh? Man, bruh. He knew where the star was going to be. Why did I say that? If you want to say Esau is anybody or Ashu is anybody, you should say he's Rome. And Rome by itself. Because the book is clear that it's Rome, but it's not every white man, because every white man don't come from Rome. Every white man ain't Roman. So that means Esau still has other children of Heth, who were Canaanite, who were African, who were Ethiopian, right? Because Ham produced all them. Why do you always just point at the white man? If you want to get the truth, that's why I tell you, when we get this book, we give you the whole full scope. So I'm telling you, if you want to say anything, Esau, Herod was Esau's offspring. Because he was wrong. That's why when he read it, because think about this. He heard Moab, he heard Heth, but you heard Edom or Esau shall be a possession. Well, Rome is Edom. That's why Herod was the king of Rome. That's why he was nervous. Why would he just get nervous? If it don't have nothing to do with him, why would he say, so they got scared. Go send a message. When you find him, bring the message back so I can worship him also. See? He was nervous because he knew that this prophecy from way back here in Numbers was coming to pass in his time. Hallelujah. If you do not believe in the spirit realm and the spirit world and the Most High operating through that, you might as well close this book up. Because it has nothing to do with human flesh. Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom. It is all spiritual. And it is a war going on between the sons of Adam, humans, and the sons of Hashatan, which are not humans. You have heard doctrines that Cain is Satan's son and all this foolishness. It's nowhere in the book. So I gave you this to understand that this star, everything you see is a spiritual operation that becomes manifested into the flesh. Why? As on earth as it is in the Shemayim. He has to get to you with fleshly things so that you can believe in the spiritual things. He told Nicodemus that, didn't he? We don't understand it when we start hollering, Esau's the white man. Oh, banging on Esau. You don't understand what this book is saying. It's more to it than what you looking at. That's why Shaul said, avoid endless genealogies. That means genealogies you can't trace. Because if that's the case, Matthew gives a genealogy, Luke does too, of the Mashiach. Do we avoid them? It's context to everything that we read. And if we don't operate in context, we're going to be foolish sounding like they are. Hallelujah, man.
All right, go to 2nd Ezra, 4th Ezra. chapter 3.
Ooh, Apocrypha. Come on, Apocrypha.
Second Ezra, or the book of fourth Ezra, chapter 3. So we still dealing with the righteous and wicked.
Come on.
That's what it's all about. Nothing about flesh.
Yeah.
Only ones who make it about flesh are those who operate in the flesh. There we go.
Yeah, it said 4 Ezra.
Let's say 4 Ezra. Chapter 3.
Yeah.
In the 13th year after the ruin of the city, I was in Babel, and I lay trouble upon my bed, and my thoughts came up over my heart. For I saw the desolation of Zion, and the wealth of them that dwelt in Babel. And my ruach was sore moved, so that I began to speak words full of fear to all Ayon, and said, O Yahweh who bear rule, you spoke at the beginning, when you did plant the earth, and that by yourself alone, and commanded the people, and gave a body to Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of your hands, and did breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before you. And you led him into Paradim, or paradise, which your right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forth. And unto him you gave commandment to love your way, or Torah, which he transgressed, and immediately you appointed death in him, and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number.
Ain't that something? They can't be numbered.
Can't be.
Come on.
And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before you, and despised your commandments. And they say Esau, and they say the white man.
So then every people.
And again, in process of time, you brought the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyed all the white people. Oh, I'm sorry. And destroyed them. And it came to pass in every one of them, that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. Nevertheless, one of them you left, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men.
See there?
Righteous men.
I didn't know you had that, did I?
No, you didn't know.
Right.
And it happened that when they dwelt upon the earth, began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were a great people, they began again to be more wicked than the first. Same thing prophesied in Enoch 105.
That's right.
Now when they lived so wickedly before you, you did choose you a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. Him you love, and unto him only you show your will, and made an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that you would never forsake his seed. And unto him you gave Yaakov, or Isaac, and to Yaakov.
Wait, stop. Question right quick. Is Ashu his seed as well? Yes or no? Is it not his seed?
Yeah.
Because he came from his loins, right?
He did.
So why would Yahuwah is not going to utterly destroy Ashu if some of them in the bloodline repent?
Right.
That's right.
You teaching stupidness.
See that?
He said, man, read that again, on 15.
And made an everlasting covenant with him, promised him that you would never forsake his seed.
Is that not his seed as
He
well?
didn't just say Yaakov.
We ain't touched Amos 9 yet.
Oh, I'm getting that though.
Oh, I know you will. Huh? You cannot say he's going to be utterly destroyed when he tells them, I will keep remnants out of your seed. That is his seed too.
Right.
You can't say Esau going to be killed when that's his seed as well. Every man has. Man, I wish that none should perish. Every man has a chance to repent. Go ahead, Doc. Just wanted to point that out.
Oh, that's good. As for Yaakov, you did chose him and put by Esau. And so Yaakov became a great multitude. And it came to pass that when you led his seed out of Mitzrayim or Egypt, you brought them up to the Mount Sinai. And bowing the heavens, you did set fast the earth, moved the whole earth, and made the depths. He moved the whole earth.
Wait, go back and read 16 again. I just want you to hear that.
I thought I skipped something.
Yeah, you skipped 16.
And to him you gave Yaakov, and to Yaakov also you gave Yaakov and Esau.
Didn't he mention him?
He did.
Huh?
Yaakov and Esau.
I ain't got to stop teaching hate, bro.
Yeah. Okay, 18. And bowing the heavens, you did set fast the earth, moved the whole world, and made the depths to tremble, and troubled the men of that age. And your esteem went through 4 gates of fire, of earthquake, of wind, and of cold, that you might give the Torah unto the seed of Yaakov, and diligence unto the generations of Yasharal. And yet took you not away from them a wicked heart,
See there?
that your Torah might bring forth fruit in them. For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed and was overcome. And so be all they that are born of him.
Now, if Adam had a wicked heart. And Yahuwah did not remove the wicked heart from Yasharal or Yaakov. How in the world can you say Ashur is more wicked than them?
Exactly.
All of them got a wicked heart.
All of them.
Repentance is to turn away from your wicked heart.
Exactly.
Man, come on, bro. Read. I'll give you a pocket for turn the page.
Thus infirmity was made permanent, and the Torah also in the heart of the people with the malignity of the root, so that the good departed away, and the evil abode still. So the times passed away, and the years were brought to an end. Then did you raise up a servant called David, whom you commanded to build a city unto your name, to offer incense and oblations unto you therein.
And build a star.
No.
No, I ain't see that either.
Okay. When this was done many years, then they that inhabited the city forsook you, and in all things did even as Adam and all his generations had done, but they also had a wicked heart.
Woo-wee.
And so you gave your city over into the hands of your enemies. Are there these then any better than inhabit Babylon? Then they should therefore have the dominion over Zion. For when I came thither and had seen impieties without number, then my soul saw many evildoers in this 13th year, so that my heart failed me. For I have seen how you suffering them committing crimes, and have spared wicked doers, and have destroyed your people, and have preserved your enemies, and have not signified it. I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babel better than they of Zion?
Read that again, please.
Are they then of Babel better than they of Zion?
How can Zion and Babel be different if they both wicked?
Right.
They need to repent.
Yeah,
How can you make two people different from each other when they all wicked?
exactly.
Man, come on, bro. This book, man.
Is
Come on.
Yaakov and Ashur not both wicked?
Thank you.
Okay. Or is there any other people that knows you besides Yasharal? Or what generation has so believed your covenants as Yaakov, and yet their reward appears not, and their labor has no fruit? For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth, and think not upon your commandments.
Come on.
Weigh therefore our wickedness down in the balance, and theirs also that dwell the world, and so shall your name nowhere be found but in Yasharal. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not committed crimes in your sight? Or what people have so kept your commandments? You shall find that Yasharal by name has kept your precepts, but not Esau,
Man,
the heathen.
come on, the heathen. Listen
The
to
heathen.
this. Listen to this. You notice that he said Yasharal kept his promises and his commandments, but Yaakov has not. That's what we're dealing with.
Exactly.
Yaakov is the man before repentance.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Yasharal is those who come in no matter what they are.
Exactly.
They can come into the kingdom and be attached to Yasharal.
Exactly.
So he says, in my eyes, Yaakov is the same as Babel.
Yeah.
So Esau is the same as him then, right?
Yeah.
So all these out here spewing wickedness, you just like Ashur.
Just like
You just like him. Because you have not become Yasharal in your being. Because the only Yasharal will be joint heirs with Yahuwah HaMashiach.
Hallelujah.
Man, come on,
Yeah, all
bro.
the time. All right, go to Amos, chapter 9.
Where you on?
Amos 9.
Amos, uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Yaakov, we have a problem.
Yeah, y'all go there, bro.
Man, come on, man.
He don't say. So he's true. I saw Adonai standing upon the altar. He said, smite the lintel of the door,
Come on.
that the pots may shake
Oh.
and cut. Oh, I'm sorry. Posts may shake and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that flees of them shall not flee away. He that escapes of them shall not be delivered.
Come on.
Though they dig into Sheol, then shall my hand take them.
Good night.
Though they climb up to this Mayim, thence will I bring them down.
Ooh-wee.
And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel,
That's what Baal was worshiping.
yeah,
Boy,
yes, it is.
come on.
I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command out the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command out the sword, and shall slay them.
Don't say I can go into the Shemayim or into the abyss, for the word is nigh thee,
Right.
even in thy mouth. Ain't this the same thing?
Same thing.
But they stuck on that Romans 10:9, which is Deuteronomy 30. Go ahead, all right.
And I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not for good. And Adonai Yahuwah Sabaoth is he that touches the land, and it shall melt. And all that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up wholly like a flood, and shall be drowned, as by the flood of Mizraim. It is he that builds his stores in the heavens, and has founded his truth in the earth. He that calls for the waters of the sea, and pours them out upon the face of the earth. Yahuwah is his name.
Hallelujah.
Are ye not as the children of Cushim unto me, O children of Yasharal, says Yahuwah?
Are you not like the Ethiopian?
Just like the children of Ethiopians.
That's the cushion.
Yeah.
Man, boy, come on.
That ain't book.
Yeah,
That book. Go ahead.
Have not I brought up
All them
Yasharal
both black people.
yeah.
All right.
out of the land of Mizraim, and the Palestine from Kaftor, and the Syrians from Kir. Behold, the eyes of Adonai Yahuwah are upon the wicked kingdom, and I will destroy it, not man, not you black men on the street. I will destroy it from the face, off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Yaakov, says Yahweh. See, it's still, he ain't gonna destroy the whole house of Yaakov.
Because there's repentance in the house of Yaakov. Keep reading.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift out the house of Yasharal among all nations, like as grain is sifted in Said, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So you still got to be sifting in the house of Yaakov.
Right.
We worry about Esau and all this, but we got to be sifting. There's some people that's in Yaakov and Yasharal that got to be sifted out too.
Man, bro,
And
man.
Yahweh gonna do the sifting.
Come on now.
All the criminals of my people shall die by the sword.
All the criminals of my people.
Who was his people?
Yasharal. Yaakov.
Okay.
They don't talk about these right here.
No.
They ignore that.
Yeah. The evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Come on.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of Dawood that is fallen,
Hallelujah.
and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
See there?
Oh, wait a minute. I thought all Edom was going to be destroyed.
No, it's not.
Every last
That's
one of
not
them
book.
going to be destroyed. Oh.
There's
The
a remnant
remnant
out of
of
all
Edom.
nations that repent.
And of all the heathen.
Come on.
Which are called by my name, says Yahweh.
Wait, a heathen ain't called by his name?
Yes. I'll read it again.
No, you young.
Yeah, I'm going to read it again. That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
Come on.
And of all the heathen, which are called by my name, says Yahweh that does it. So it's going to be a remnant of Edom and a remnant of the heathen.
For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations.
All nations.
If you're not teaching that, you are teaching witchcraft and wickedness.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
If you're not teaching that, if you are saying anything other than what he said says Yahuwah,
Yes.
you are teaching evil. Because he said that a possession, what is a possession? If he builds this tabernacle, you worried about if you got slaves in that kingdom or not.
Right.
He's bringing people in with a heart to serve him. We are all his servants.
Right.
I shall no longer call you servants, but friends. That's Yahushua. So when you come into the tabernacle and when you come in there, you all worshipers anyway.
Right. What do you say about prostitutes?
He says the sons and daughters of the kingdom shall be cast out, and prostitutes and tax collectors will come in before you.
Yes, it is.
Did he not say that? Because you are teaching hatred against a man who is trying to repent.
Right.
Huh? Man, keep going, man.
Behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that sows seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again out the captivity of my people of Yasharal.
Come on.
And they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink out the wine thereof.
No, the white man gonna build a city and we gonna sit there and drink tea
Yeah. And rape their women.
and rape their women. That's what they saying.
Yeah.
Who building the city back?
Yasharal.
Come on, man.
They shall also make gardens and eat out the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land. And they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, says Yahweh al-Hakam.
So all your arguing and hatred is in vain.
Right. And see, I got, go ahead.
So
So by understanding that Yasharal is healed. So Romans 11 and 26. That's what he means by all Yasharal will be saved.
Mm-hmm.
Those who repent.
Right. There you go. Right. That's why he says not all Yasharal is Yasharal. Right. See, they always take a little piece and then they get their whole doctrine off of exactly what you said. So all Yasharal, say Romans 11, the whole thing is about what? Grafted in. Right. The whole thing is about the true vine, the true branch, and then all those who are attaching to it. Now, why would he be teaching it like that if white men, Asians, and all that can't attach to it? Exactly. Huh? So all Yasharal who's going to be saved is all those who repented, because only Yasharal, the true Yasharal, is what? Prince of Elohim. That's what it means. So Prince of Elohim, and you find in Genesis 32, when we wrestle with the Mashiach, that's why you're heirs with Yah, joint heirs with Yahushua HaMashiach. You have now got repentance and found peace with all men. Exactly. Because without Kadeshness, no man can see Yahuwah. Exactly.
Hey.
Man, bro.
And you want to take this through? Ain't no east side and west side in the Shema.
Ain't no east side, west side, no folk, crip, blood, none of that in the Shema. It is all going to be one people.
Right. It's not a such thing as a righteous, wicked person. Not no level of wickedness. Just because you're a wicked person, you Yaakov, and then you got a wicked person that's Esau, don't mean you any up higher than him. You're on the same level. You're in the same boat. Right. Wicked and righteous. So I just want to go through, and I'm going to give you a few scriptures here and there now, because it's so much emphasis on the destruction of Esau, the destruction of Edom. What's going to happen to Esau? What's going to happen to Edom? But they just overlook the destructions of the wicked.
Right.
All the scriptures that's talking about the destruction of the wicked. All this is going to happen to those who are unrighteous. So let me touch it.
And that's why a lot of Aubrey, a lot of so-called Hebrews, they do whatever they want to do, because they like, we're going to make it in anyway. What's different from your doctrine than the once saved, always saved doctrine in Christianity? What's the difference? It ain't none. No. Because you saying just because you blood Yasharal, or just because you blood Yaakov, that you making it in by blood. Right. But flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom. So what do you do with that? You're not grandfathered in. You making up a doctrine. See there? You're not, man. Go ahead.
That is the reason why Yahushua said, he said, think not because you are Abraham's seed.
See there?
He said,
right.
If you're full willing, he'll make rocks.
See there?
He'll make one of those rocks.
Is that not book you just quoted? So what do you do with that? Because just because you the blood, it was the blood that caused the error in the first place. Right. The whole reason you split was because you blood. Right. The whole reason you forced you in the first place. Exactly. We have to be careful accepting every doctrine. It is a time right now of making this way narrow. It's a streamlining of this walk. I'm not accepting no Islamic Hebrews. Yeah, I put it out there. Yeah, right. I'm not accepting no foolishness that does not go in line with this book. If you are so-called Yasharal, you need to be following the commandments that were given to Yasharal. Right. If you're not following them commandments, we have no part of you. Because it's not you my brother because you Aubrey. Right. It's you my what? Who is my mother and my sisters and my brothers? But those who do the will of the Father. Hallelujah. Now the Mashiach said that. Right. Now if he said it, I have to keep it too. I'm not joining to anybody just because they say they're Hebrew. I'm not doing it. Right. Huh? Because watch this. When he said that, were they not all Hebrews there?
Right. See there? See that?
Mm-hmm. They were.
There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Did they all say, oh, that's my brother out there.
Right.
I'm going to get him. And come on, read it out.
Go to Amos 1.
Ooh-wee. Why you hitting them with heat?
So we can't just put so much emphasis on the destruction of Esau. Right. We're going to put the destruction on everybody else this week.
Come on.
The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Yasharal in the days of Uzziah, king of Yehudah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Yasharal, 2 years before the earthquake. And he said, Yahweh will roar from Zion, and utter his voice from Yerushalayim, and the habitations of the shepherds shall mourn, and the top of Carmel shall wither. Yeah. Thus says Yahweh, for three transgressions of Damascus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have threshed out Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. But I will send a fire into the houses of Hazael, which shall devour the palaces of Ben-Hadad. I will break also the bar of Damascus, and cut off the inhabitants from the plain of Avon. and him that holds the scepter from the house of Edom. And the people of Syria shall go into captivity unto Seir, says Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom. But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof.
Finding the Gaza Strip now.
Yeah. And I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashdod, and him that holds the scepter from Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron, and the remnant of the Palestine shall perish, says Adonai Yahweh.
That's Palestine. That's the
Palestine.
Philistine. Okay.
Thus says Yahuwah, for 3 transgressions of Zor, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant.
Man,
but I will send a fire on the wall of Zor, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Taman, which shall devour the palaces of Batsor. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of the children of Ammon, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have ripped up the women with child of Gilead, that they might enlarge out their border. But I will kindle a fire in the wall of Rabbah, and it shall devour the palaces thereof with shouting in the day of battle, with a tempest in the day of the war wind, and that king shall go into captivity, he and his princes together, says Yahweh.
Now look at the problem he had with Esau or Ashur. Because we got the command that you should not go against or hate your brother. But he went against his brother with the sword. You get what I'm saying? The problem was a wicked Torah-breaking covenant. You get what I'm saying? He was wicked in his heart. And that's why he say, Yaakov I love, Ashur I hated. Exactly. You get what I'm saying? But you watch this. He didn't tell them to utterly wipe them out. Watch this. He told them to utterly wipe out the Amalekites because they went against Yaakov. Right. Didn't he? He said utterly wipe them out, for they came against them in the wilderness when they were at their weakest point coming out of Mitzrayim. The Amalekites held his hand against Yaakov to smite him. Right. He said, I want you utterly to wipe them out. Get rid of every one of them. That was the instruction to King Shaul. Right. King Saul got that instruction, but he did not do it. That's why he was cut off from his kingdom. Now, why didn't he say the same thing to them about Esau then? Exactly. Because it's a brotherly covenant. You get what I'm saying? I don't want you to go against your own blood like that. I don't want you to fight your brother like that. You get what I'm saying? But watch this. I'm going to do it. Yeah. He gonna do it. I'm going to do it. How do we put ourselves in the place of Yahweh? Exactly. When he tell us not to hate, we say we can hate, but he telling us not to. We can't be like him. Right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? When it says, I'm jealous, and you have no Elohim before us, then we say, well, we can be jealous. Right. But he tell you not to. Right.
And he can laugh in the calamity, but you don't laugh.
See there? Right. That's bull. You are trying to put yourself in the place of the Most High.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Go ahead.
All right, go to Psalms 28. Psalms 28. Unto you will I cry, O Yahweh, my rock. Be not silent to me, lest if you be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit. Hear the voice of my supplication when I cry unto you, when I lift up my hands toward your Kadesh oracle. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert, because they regard not the works of Yahweh, nor the operation of his hands. He shall destroy them and not build them up. Baruch be Yahweh, because he has heard the voice of my supplications. Yahweh is my strength, my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoices, and with my song will I praise him. Yahweh is my strength. He is my saving strength of his anointing. Save out your people and bless them your inheritance. Feed them also and lift them up forever.
Yaakov is an inheritance. That's why in Yeshayahu 58, he said, I shall feed you with the heritage of Yaakov. Right. He received the blessing. He also received the inheritance, the firstborn. That's why it's the inheritance now. But that doesn't cut off people who are Edom.
You get what I'm saying? If they want to repent, they still have a chance to repent.
Exactly. It's not a destruction of just Edom.
Right.
Like they're going to be the only one destroyed. They're going to be the only one, you know what I'm saying, that's being devoured. It's wickedness. Turn to Psalms 37 and 34. You got something? The wives. Yes, I can. I can. This one last one right here. Go to Psalms 37, 34.
Read Psalms 37.
Wait on all Yahuwah and guard his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of Yahweh. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And Yahweh shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. It's always a description of separation of the wicked and the righteous. This is not a hate teaching, even though they making a hate teaching now. Making it all about flesh. Go ahead.
We were reading Obadiah last night, the issues he had with Esau. And he was saying that we were his brother in there. Seeing how good they was.
See that?
Yep.
So if the prophets by the Ruach of the Most High saying that Adam or Esau or Ashu is brothers, how can we say anything different?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They see the brotherhood. You get what I'm saying? You should not go against your brother. So, man, it's so much to cover. You got anything else on? We have a part 3. It has to be, because then we're gonna talk about why Leah and Rachel was given to Yaakov. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna cover why he received multiple women.
Right.
And it's all because of the wickedness of Ashu. Because he did not walk in the covenant of the Most High.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's everything that we finna share with you about Ashu will be full of book and truth. And we're gonna show you that whenever you walk against the Torah, because obviously he knew the Torah existed.
Right.
But he willfully walked against it. Whenever you willfully rebel against the Torah, there's not only consequences for yourself, but for the others around you. It becomes a cycle effect affecting everybody.
Right.
And it affects every decision from that time forward. It's like Adam. If he wouldn't have ate the fruit in the garden, it would have been a whole different book that we had. It would have been a whole different ball game. But here's what he said: because one's rebellion, we all died. And through one's obedience, now we all have a chance to live. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to show you that because of the rebellion and the effect and the wickedness of other people, that's why you receive the 12 tribes being born of 4 women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That had nothing to do with Yahuwah.
Right.
Yahuwah, that was not his design.
Yeah.
But it's the design of wickedness in a man that caused Yahuwah to set up another game plan. You get what I'm saying? It's all another game plan. And we'll touch on that.
You could just say it, though.
Exactly. He said the wickedness of one man made everybody fall. Like if you have one apple, that one worm can go through all the apples. That's a great point. Mm-hmm. That's right. Hallelujah. So the whole thing that we are seeing then is this thing of wickedness versus righteousness, and then it's divine will versus what the flesh does out of its own self, and out of deception and out of lies. So we're gonna show you that because Yaakov was a deceiver at certain points, that he became deceiving himself. So we're gonna cover all this in the 2 Nations, man. It's got to be understood the way the book gives it. We cannot add to it. But the reason why we went this route, I wanted to show you that the appearance of Noah and the prophecy through his appearance shows that if that was the case, a shoe should have got the same prophecy.
Yeah.
He should have got the same thing. He should have been described the same way, the same reaction. But none of that happened that way. So we got to stop adding to the text when we're trying to get at somebody. Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah.
We're trying to just bang and ride on folks and curse them out in the street. But see, I told y'all, them guys are paid agents. They are paid by the government to do that. So that everybody will think that we crazy.
And I think we affiliated with that group of people too. Remember I told you about D. Craig Lewis, ex-ministers? I'm going to get that DVD so we can break it down.
Yeah, we need to.
Father Yahweh, thank you again for today. We exalt your name today, Father, and just thank you for being our protection. We thank you for answering our prayers. We thank you for the protection you have given so many of us, Father. We thank you for protecting Jalen during that terrible part accident. It just instances like that to let us know, Father, that you are still real, and if we have that belief in you, and knowing that you are the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. You're the same that was with Daniel in the Lion King, the same that was with Mishael, Azariah, and Ananiah in the furnace, in the fiery furnace, Abraham in the fiery fire. You're still that same Elohim that was with us today, Father. Just thank you for keep giving us that reminder that you're still here, that you're still all powerful, and that nothing is impossible with you. We ask you to keep us protected, keep us together, keep us strengthened during these times, Father. Keep us walking the straight and narrow path. Continue to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of your word so that we can be more upright in your walk. We thank you for this day, and we salute you in the name of all names, Lord Yahushua.
Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.